All right, what's good, y'all? Self-Made Life TV, selfmadelife.com. Go grab some merch. And we got a reaction to Teofimo Lopez interview with the Boxing Voice. Shout out to Boxing Voice, man. Definitely been following y'all for a couple years. Hey, number one boxing show, man. Shout out Ness. But they they came in clutch Sunday night with the interview with the right now the undisputed champ Teofimo Lopez, and I ain't gonna lie. It was a great interview, man. This definitely maybe a fan of Teofimo. At first I wouldn't say I wasn't a fan of him, but I wasn't on the hype train like everybody else, because the ESPN hype train, a lot of fighters from the ESPN, I don't be overboard with him at first until I really see something for myself that be like, damn, okay, I'm messing with dude. But so I never thought T.O. was weak or nothing. I just wasn't about to say he could knock everybody out. But I give him his credit. The Richard Comey fight, that was a fight I betted on. I lost. I thought Richard was going to get him because the experience. Richard had the Robert Easter fight, other big fights. And Richard was on a hot streak, coming into that fight. But Teofimo did what he did against him. Then lost another bet. Guess I'll never learn, but I lost another bet. Once again, I thought Loma was going to get him out of here. Like, I knew Loma maybe couldn't knock him out, but, I thought Loma was going to get that decision win, one of the nice Floyd decision wins. And watching the fight, got to say, he definitely exposed the Loma hype job. That's why I say we got to watch these ESPN hype jobs because, at first, I wasn't into Loma, but eventually after watching him, like the man got talent. So I gave into the belief what everybody was saying. So I'm like, I just didn't see a way that with Loma experience and, Loma so-called pedigree, that T.O. was going to come in there and be able to, I thought it was going to be a damn Charlo Lubin type of situation. For real, I damn near betted the knockout too, just because I thought, T.O. could maybe leave some openings just being young. But we can see, Loma is not as skilled at certain weights, at the higher weights. So T.O. did his thing in that fight. And I ain't gonna front. When I watched that, because the Richard Comey fight, that was I seen that, I was like, okay, I gotta give this man his respect. But once I seen the Loma fight, it was no questions left, I knew the young dude had it. You know what I'm saying? I definitely knew the young dude had it. But like I said, after this interview with the Boxing Voice, man, definitely a fan of him. He just one of them, kind of like myself, just a 100 dude, man. He ain't really with all the funny shit, man. He gonna tell you how you feel, tell you what it is, and that's kind of surprising, because even with him being on top rank, you would think that he would be a little more PC with some of his responses, but they was hitting him with tough questions. The fans asked tough questions, and he was answering them all. He basically, told Devin Haney that they're gonna fight eventually. If he don't get the mandatory with due out of Australia, he told Devin Haney he can get to work. So he wasn't ducking or dodging no one. He I ain't gonna front. He made a line about Gervonta Davis said he was already punch drunk. That was I ain't gonna front. That was funny as hell. He had a couple quotables like T.O. cool, man. Like, the media was portraying him as one way, but I think, when you really break it down, like, dude just a humble cat, man. But back to boxing, he said really he want to stay in 135 for a couple more years. Then he said 140 is really where he most vicious at. So he said he really can see himself at 140 in 2 years. Also said that he could possibly he see himself finishing his career at 154, which that was kind of shocking. I thought maybe he'll finish at 147, but he said he can see himself going all the way up to 154. So that was some news. But like I said, all in all, good interview, man. He definitely just kept it 100 with all the questions. The Devin Haney topic was a big topic, and he kind of let it be known, and I kind of agree with him. He basically said that it's not that he don't want to fight Devin Haney, but Devin Haney need to earn a shot. And if you really break it down, like Of course, the WBC gave David Haney the belt, so as a mandatory, I get with that aspect. But David Haney ain't really fought nobody, man. You know what I'm saying? And he exposed a lot. Like, go watch the interview. Like, Tio exposed a lot of tea in this. He said that Devin had the Lomachenko contract, you know, and we all know how you know, the Haney team been on Lomachenko. They don't really hear his name no more. But he said that Devin Haney turned down a Lomachenko fight, so that was interesting. He also gave Ryan Garcia his shout out, you know, saying that even though he got dropped, you know, he came back and fought hard. So he gave Ryan Garcia his kudos for that. And of course, he said that the Tank fight is the fight that out of all the, you know, the up and coming young dudes, he said the Tank fight is the one that makes the most sense just because it's the 50-50 fight. And he said he liked them fights, you know, because he want to show his mettle. And I got to give Tio his respect, you know, in the world, in boxing where just we get a lot of PC, we get a lot of company answers. You know, it's good to hear a boxer keep it 100 and just kind of tell it like it is, you know. Whether some of shit he said, he exposed a little info on Top Rank. So, you know, you can tell he just, you know, really almost like give me, you know what I'm saying, them Young Floyd vibes to where it's just complete 100 genuine. It is what it is, you know. Even with the Wilder comments, I thought he would maybe backpedal on the Wilder comments. He straight up said, you know, I stand behind them comments. I think he basically called Wilder a bitch. But he said, you know, I stand behind them comments. And he said Wilder feel like what he said, I hurt his feelings or ego or something, he need to let him know. So, you know, like I said, Tio really, he want all the smoke, man. He ain't really ducking from nobody. You know, a lot of people be on his head, especially in the media, especially the YouTube boxing community. But, you know, Tio just to stand up, man. He ain't really, you know, he don't do all the he say, she say back and forth. He showed off the Ring magazine belt, you know, and a lot of his answers to questions was kind of logical. Like he said, the reason he interested in the Australia fight, he said they can do 50,000 there, which I guess they said for COVID, but I guess in Australia they can do 50,000. So I see his viewpoint right now in America. It's tough to get the fans in the stadium. So I see his viewpoint of going. He said he just gonna go grab the bag in Australia, and he said he'll still fight Devin. So my thing, I got to give him credit, is that with all the fights people asked him about, you know, he never said that he wouldn't fight nobody. The only person I think he said he wouldn't fight was Lomachenko, because of course we know how Lomachenko played him, you know, without giving him a rematch clause. So he never really said he won't fight nobody. Now, the other big thing he said was too that when he moves up to 140, I think he said he has the automatic title shot in the WBC, if I'm not mistaken. So I believe it was the Josh Taylor and whoever Josh Taylor next appointed is. I don't want to get it mistaken, but I know Josh Taylor is supposed to be unifying with the champion. It's either I don't think it's Hooker. I want to say it might be Ramirez, but let me see, because I don't want to get this wrong. Let me look this up, because this was a good point. Let me see. Yeah, I think it's the Josh Taylor. Okay, yeah, it's the Josh Taylor Jose Ramirez fight, like I was thinking. But yeah, Tio basically says that he has the first dibs on the winner of that fight. So he said the thing that's holding him up is that once they get them negotiations going and once that fights go down, he said he's basically gonna move up as soon as that fight's done. He said he don't want no tune-up fight at 140, which is shocking. You know, he said no tune-up. He said he wants straight, and basically he want to be undisputed at both. You know, there's a lot of, we know there's a lot of debate unless he undisputed now, but he took down a big dude in my eyes. So I'm not about to get in the back and forth with the undisputed, because that's more of a title thing. I'm more of an eye test type of dude. I seen him in the ring. The boy got the goods, so it is what it is there. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, he said he want to be undisputed at 142, which I don't know. It's some good dudes out there, man. You know, it's definitely some good dudes at 140. So we're gonna see what happens. But yeah, just to get back on topic, man. Good interview, man. That was pretty much everything I noticed. Like I said, once again, shout out to Boxing Voice. If you want to see the interview, definitely go check it out there. But it's your boy, man, Self Made Life TV, selfmadelyfe.com. I'm out, man.